Black Friday deals. The gifts are unreal.
Shop JCPenney for thousands of deals so low, no coupons needed. This weekend, save up to 50% on kitchen electrics from brands like Keurig and Cuisinart. Say yes, please, to diamonds and gemstones, now $19.99 each. And bundle up the fam and coats, starting at $14.99. We got your holiday.
Black Friday deals. Shop, JCPenney.
Offers valid on select items 11/18 through 11/20. Excluded from coupons. Exclusions apply. See store or jcp.com for details.
Hashtag no music, no intro. Hashtag fire Dennis Allen. I just want to say this off the bat because I can't talk or say too much about it. And I know when people in football, like, you know, Adam Schefter, Ian Rappaport, Tom Pelissero, or whatever, if something happens, it usually like happens in free agency or whatever, where it's like completely, let's just like blindsides everyone and like, oh shit, such and such just got traded. And then like they put a tweet out of like, well, technically this has been in the works for like such a long time. And it's like, well, why the fuck do y'all did you fucking didn't say anything? Like that used to drive me crazy. But I'm going to be a bit of a hypocrite and say, can't get into the nitty gritty details of everything, but think of however bad you think it is for the Saints right now with Dennis Allen. Like, you know, whatever how you think as a fan how bad shit is with Dennis Allen, I'm here to tell you it is 50 times worse than you actually fucking think it is.
Straight like that.
However bad you think it is, it's worse. It's a lot worse. I can't recall Ryan, you being so adamant of just like he just got to fucking go. Like he can't be the coach of the team anymore. Like,
when I woke up Monday and I saw there was no Adam Schefter tweet or nothing, I said,
not a Balco tweet, not a Nader tweet, nobody put the tweet out.
I said, this is my mission. This is my mission. Today, I'm gonna get this hashtag. You know, and I had it. It was a mission for me, baby. I was gonna get this hashtag started, bro. It was on my mind, bro. Like it was my number one mission. And people like, oh, Loomis is not going to listen to Saints fans on Twitter. You're not going to get anybody fired. I know he's not going to get fired, especially during the season. But if we could let our feelings be known, why not? That's what you're supposed to do as a consumer. As a consumer of the product, you're supposed to let the producer know you ain't with it. You don't like this shit that they selling. And that's what we let them do.
You know who it worked for? It worked for the internet with Paramount when they put out fucking the busted ass Sonic, bro. Did it not, bro?
Millions of dollars. It worked for, look, say what you want, but got a whole, like, Warner Brothers released a whole new Justice League movie because of a damn hashtag Snyder cut.
And some bots, bro. Like, most bots was like...
Not even real, bro. Probably Russia just back there. You know what I'm saying? So, man, look, I don't care which. Let me do my part. I have no control over anything. Let me do my part. God damn it! If it just moves the needle 0.5%, that's enough for me. Shit.
If the internet and Twitter can bully a movie studio of completely changing their CGI and like spending more money to, I don't care, man. We are not even super like in it like we used to be, but right. Even just as we are, we're just like this can't go on. It can't go on, bro. This man cannot be leading a football team. I don't know what this man can be leading, bro. Like I wouldn't trust him to lead a prayer meeting, bro. Like feel like he'd be doing the prayer like in Meet the Parents, bro, with Ben Stiller. To see thee more clearly. Like can you get on with the prayer? Like just end this shit.
Yeah, I
Anyway,
was just on a podcast with Saints Talk New York. Brandon got a podcast out there, so check it out. I'll tweet it out later. But he was saying himself, like, man, he don't get nothing. Like, he listened to every DA, and he's like, you don't get nothing. Like, you do not feel like you run through a wall for this dude. You know what I'm saying? And he had a great analogy. He was like New Orleans is known for all his, spice, bounce music, all his liveliness, jazz, and you got this unseasoned head coach, like it's unseasoned, bro. It's just no seasoning, bro. No Tony Shastry, nothing, bro. No cayenne pepper,
nothing.
I was like, man, that is so true, bro. Like, how did we end up with fucking Dennis Allen?
Well, shout out to Jay because she made the perfect analogy this past weekend. She made the analogy that what the Saints are experiencing right now is very similar to what the 49ers experienced when Jim Harbaugh left.
Mm-hmm.
Because think about how Jim Harbaugh is. Think about how Sean Payton is.
Mm-hmm.
They are leaders of man. They're alpha personalities.
Big personalities.
They are program builders, and obviously hella successful. No matter where they've gone, they're hella successful as the head coach because they get players to believe in them and they understand the game of football. And she gave the perfect example. She said, Jim Harbaugh, had fallen out with, Jet York and Trent Baalke. And then the year after that, they brought in fucking Jim Tomsula. Yeah. And the 49ers were fucking terrible.
Yeah. And
Jim Tomsula. Yep. And then and it goes to just show, one, it's hard as fucking hell to find a good head coach. It's just hard. But two, finding even just an average to decent head coach when you've had a top 3 head coach for so long, I think this season is a huge other end of the spectrum, right? Because we went from a top 3, top 5 head coach to a bottom 3 head coach. So it is glaring. It is glaring the difference. But even just finding a top 15 head, do you know how, can we get, what? I said this earlier, in terms of not get into the whole, conversation about who should be the net head coach and who they shouldn't be. But who just came to mind, bro? Just right when we was talking. Imagine Marvin Lewis leading this team.
Yeah, man. Listen. Say what you want about Marvin Lewis. That man know everybody in the NFL. He can put together a staff. How many staff members became head coaches? You know what I'm saying?
Tons.
Tons, bro. Tons.
Jay Gruden, tons.
Zimmer,
Oh shit, that's right. So it just came to me. I was just like, if Marvin Lewis was the head coach of this team, bro, they'd probably be 5-5 or 5, average, not great, not bad, but average. Anyhow, Rams come into town. Matt Stafford magically gets healed, as we all knew it was going to happen.
Oh, and did he come out of concussion protocol?
Yeah, bro. Adam Schefter already tweeted, bro. He said start on Sunday.
Of course.
I tweeted this morning that if you're a defensive player and you want to win Defensive Player of the Week, you just got to play the Saints, bro.
That's it, man.
Justin Houston 2 weeks ago, Defensive Player of the Year. Ali Highsmith last week. So you telling me that one of the best defensive players of all time,
who's having a quote unquote down year with 5 sacks, he about to reach that mountaintop now, baby.
Ooh, it's gonna be. I don't care that Cooper Kupp's not playing. I think the Rams are plus 4.5. If you're a bettor, if you're a gambler, please take that. Please do. Walk away with it. Because I hate to say it, bruh. Everyone keeps talking, like, even, I was talking to Greg through my text messages. Oh, the Rams offense is just godly awful, and their defense. I don't care, to quote Tommy Lee Jones. Don't care.
Because I have in the league. Like, we just faced the other worst offense in the league.
I haven't seen what this team has done majority of the season, and I've seen this team under Dennis Allen, and I don't care who's coming into town. We are everyone's get right game. Everyone's get right game. And I said it on the recap show. Like I don't. Next 7 games, they got 7 games. I don't see them winning one. Not one, bruh. I don't see it. And I know that sounds grim, and I know that sounds like just super depressing and pessimistic. But I don't see one win, especially not on Sunday, bro. No. You got Aaron Donald with a makeshift offensive line. Nah, man.
Oh, nah. Cooper Kupp out. Cooper Kupp. I don't care. Allen Robinson all of a sudden is going to have his. Wow, where's Allen Robinson been all season?
Here he is.
I think I still got him on my fantasy team. I might get a little something.
Van Jefferson, do not care. This team is bad. What was funny though, and I'll allude to it a little bit, but what was funny is that these first couple of days after the Pittsburgh game, he kind of got this sense of like, oh shit, like they might go back to Jameis. Oh, I might go back to Jameis. Like they maybe just done with Andy Dalton. And then, like, DA says in the presser today, Andy Dalton is our starter.
I went and talked to Jameis, and, well, we just going to stick with Dalton.
Man, Jameis probably said he would have put my hurt ass behind that line with Aaron Donald coming to town. Nah.
No. Y'all done be dirty. He just said in that article on, New Orleans.football, the man ain't healthy. He said himself, I ain't healthy. Like, he made sure Mike Triplett wrote that down. I'm not healthy.
On the record.
Even though he hasn't been on the injury report for weeks, and it's been the number 2 quarterback. Just a dumpster fire, bro.
Clown show, right?
Clown show, man. And you don't think players see that shit? Like, they see that. They see everything going on, man. Like, this is some crazy shit.
And imagine how the players feel, because like you went from like this incredible football mind, incredible person. Well, maybe not a great person, but like this person that could teach. That wasn't like a shot at Sean. I'm just saying I don't know how Sean is in his personal life, but you've gone to this person that's a teacher that was teaching you how to be a better football player, knew how to motivate you. You knew that when you played for him on Sunday, you wanted to give it your all to win, yes, but also to give it your all because he like brought that out of you.
Yeah.
And if you've had that, imagine how AK feels, bro. That's all he's known since he was drafted in 2017. So like for the first 4 years of his career, that's all he knew. And now he's in this season where this guy's like, just kind of like, oh shit, what I fuck am I supposed to do? How do injuries work? IR, like, and then if I'm AK, I'm just like, just so dissolute, just like, what are we doing?
I mean, like, DA said in the post-game press after the Steelers game, he's depending on the leaders of the team to pull us out of this. It's like, what? What? Oh my! I mean, what? Like, what are you getting paid for, bro? Oh my god, man!
Man, I've known you for a long time, man. I have never heard you this disgusted. Justified But
disgusted, bro. And look, I like you so. I'm, not as invested in this and that. But look, I'm a born bred New Orleans Saints fan, bro. In my blood. Shit's just nothing I can do about it. It's in my blood for life. You know what I'm saying? And like it's an institution of New Orleans. It's an institution of Louisiana. It's like the sewage and water board and the Entergy for your light bill and the New Orleans Saints. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just a part of the structure of living up in the city. And I don't want to see it like this, bro. I don't want to see it like this, especially, coming off of 16 years of being a good team.
right.
Before that, when we were just kind of the lovable losers, this was par for the course. You know what I'm saying? This was, this was a part of being a Saints fan. I don't want to go back to that. After you taste a little bit of success, you don't want to go back to that, man. You don't want to.
It's like you end up with a 10. You get lucky with the 10 or a 9 one night, bro.
Right.
You get spoiled, bro.
You don't want to go back to the 5s.
5, 6. Man, DA like a 1 or a 2, bro.
It's like, I remember I had my first new car. It was a 2005 Nissan Altima. Brand new, boy. Just got my little job. First thing I did was got my Altima. I wrecked it, totaled it. I got another Altima after that. Wind up, in some financial situations, I had to let that one go. And I got like a old Grand Prix Pontiac. That shit was just depressing, bro. And I'm not saying like an Altima is like some ultimate, luxury car. But it was new, you know what I'm saying? It was a nice new car. And you go into this old Pontiac, man, you know what I'm saying? Just gotta hope it start every morning and all that shit. Like, hope this motherfucker start today. It's just depressing, man. It was like so depressing, bro. And that's why I feel like how we went with the Saints, man. Like we just got some old beat up car now, bro, and we just trying to hope it start in the morning, man. Like I want a new car. Like it ain't gotta be an Escalade, it ain't gotta be a Tesla, but just man, give me an Altima, man. Give me a new Altima or something, right? Give me a
something.
Kia. Can I get a Kia?
Nigga, if they still made him, I'd be asking for a Dodge Neon, bro. Like, give me something.
Dodge Neon.
Something, bro. Do you actually want to talk? I will say this about the Rams game. I don't know how the Rams defense are going to play it or going to try to play it. I do think it's going to be very interesting, and just kind of like just as a football fan to kind of watch Chris Olave and the snaps he goes against Jalen Ramsey like that, because like I know Jalen Ramsey's had a down season. He hasn't played that well this season, and nor has the Rams defense has. But that's kind of as a young receiver in the league, man. That's kind of like your PhD. Like you gotta like, can you pass the test? Type. And I'm not saying if Chris Olave doesn't have a good game against Jalen Ramsey, like he's trash. I'm just saying to see where he is in his development.
Right.
Like,
can he compete? Can he compete against him?
Right.
Because he's not gonna win every snap and nothing like that. But can he get him on a couple?
That's all I want to see. Like maybe if you can get like a 15-yard or 20-yard catch here and there, good, bro. I'm good.
I'm interested to see the Rams run game. The Rams run game been horrible all season. And I mean, we said
I was about to say that the Steelers was too.
Steelers was too. You know what I'm saying? So will this be that get right game? Will the Rams finally run the ball well?
Cam Akers going to have about 80, 90 yards, bro. Calling it right now,
bro. If that happens, bro,
this man did he want to be on the Rams a couple of weeks ago?
Like if that happens, bro, that should tell you everything you need to know, man.
I'm saying it on the podcast. Cam Akers going to have at least 85 rushing yards.
All right,
85, bro. I swear to God, Ryan.
That's a good number. That's a good number.
You're gonna have at least 85. Before we did this podcast earlier today, you asked me, you wanted us to do an exercise the season's not over, but it's closer to being over than it is at the beginning of the season. Kind of for us to just go through a list of players who expectation wise, two kind of lists, right? We have players who exceeded our expectations, what we thought about them maybe coming into the season and how they played. And then on the opposite end, players who underperformed or underwhelmed and didn't live up to whatever potential expectations that us as fans maybe thought had about them coming into the season.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say off the bat, the super interesting thing, if I'm being like, let me like analyze my list type of person, that just jumps out to me is that the number of defensive players on the disappointed list is stark, bruh.
All of them is all defense for me for disappointed.
I got Will Lutz on there and I got Ryan Ramczyk on there.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
Oh, and Hardy, but I guess like whatever. But yeah, Will Lutz, Ramczyk, and Hardy. But and Blake Gilligan, he's on my disappointed list too.
Oh yeah, Blake on there.
But every other player, I'm gonna list mine and let me know if we had any differences. So I went Paulson Adebo, Marcus Davenport, Blake Gilligan.
Obviously, this disappointed. Obviously, okay, go ahead.
Okay, Paulson Adebo, Marcus Davenport, Blake Gilligan, Carl Granderson. Even though I felt like that's kind of a stretch because I really didn't think about much him going into the season. Will Lutz, Tehran, Marcus May, David Onyemata, Ryan Ramczyk, Deontay Hardy, Bradley Roby.
Yeah, no, I had most of them. I only did like 5 players on them.
Oh, shit. I put everybody on that shit.
No, I had Adebo, May, Tyrann Mathieu, Davenport, and Blake Gilligan.
Yeah.
No question.
The fact that so many defensive players are on this list and the Saints have a defensive head coach. Hello?
May and Tyrann really stand out to me because those were choices.
Mm-hmm.
Because you had Marcus Williams in the building on a franchise tag, and you had C.D. Deuce, who he was playing nickel, but he was also a safety. We saw. I mean, we screamed for how many years? Like
ever since his rookie season when Von Bell got hurt, bruh.
That Tennessee game, it was like, man, he's great at nickel. Don't get me wrong, but man, move him to safety. And we've seen it with the Eagles. Man, got 6 picks. 6 picks on the season.
Ryan. Leads the league.
Ryan. Saints have 3 as total as a defense.
He's got 3.
Coming into a new defense. You know what I'm saying? Coming into a new defense. Don't
like 2 weeks before the season started, bro.
He got 6 picks, bro. Come on, man. And, so that was a choice. Like that man Tyrann, that sticks out to me. Adebo, I think you could attribute to multiple reasons. He started the season injured, missed a couple of weeks. Pass rush isn't as good. Lattimore been out, so the targets are there. I mean, I think there's a lot of reasons for that. And he's not playing as well. I mean, that's straight up.
Right.
I think all that goes into it. Davenport, look, man. Like, even as, such a controversial player he's been, I didn't even expect him to have as bad a season he's had, bro. Like, because even seasons before, we know he's going to be injured, he's going to miss games. But most of the times, even when he's played, he gave you something. You know what I'm saying? He'll have 2 or 3 stretch games where, Davenport doing something. He has 0.5 sack on the season. That's it. And he hasn't missed a ton of games. You know what I'm saying? He's played. So it's like, man, on your contract year, like that just tells me everything I need to know about you. I would not re-sign you for a penny. Well, maybe I
wouldn't either.
But I'm just saying, I can't deal with that. Like, you know what I'm saying? So you don't love money. You don't love football. What do you love? Like, what do I have to do to make you want to give us something? You know what I'm saying? Now you've been out for the last 2 weeks with a calf. A calf, bro? Man, you don't put some icy hot on that thing, man. Oh, bro, I know that's insensitive because players deal with a lot. I'm just saying, bro, come on, a calf injury, bro.
To your point, I think you said it perfectly about both of the starting safeties. Cause, and this is what I said. This is what I said on the recap pod. A big reason I want DA gone is like I don't want him evaluating players. I don't want him sitting in meetings saying, "Oh yeah, we should sign this guy in free agency," or "Oh, and we should draft." No, lock him. Whatever that clip of Jamal Adams when he was with the Seahawks or when he was with the Jets, bro, and his key card didn't work. I need that to be DA, bro. Just showing up, he's just like, "Oh shit,
I can't get in.
Can't get in." I need that to be him because he's the reason why CD got traded. He's the reason CD got traded. He thought that Tarrant, that Honey Badger and Marcus May would be it. Marcus May had like one decent game, like that Tampa Bay game. And then, like, other than that, like, he's like either been hurt or like doesn't make plays. Like,
right. Underwhelming. Just very underwhelming.
And then Bradley Roby. I mean, we haven't even talked about Bradley Roby. Partly the reason why they traded fucking CD was they thought Bradley Roby was just the next coming, and he was playing great in training camp, and we'll just slide him over to the nickel, and we said no. Bradley Roby was fucking terrible before he got hurt. Awful.
Terrible.
And you know who evaluated that? Dennis fucking Allen. Don't want this man evaluating or assessing anything regarding football, bro. Like, put him on like the foosball machines in the locker room, bro. Like, I can't have that man doing anything football related. Let's go to the other part of the list of players that exceeded expectations. Who did you have?
I had exceeded expectations. Olave as a rookie, Pete Werner, Juwan Johnson, Big Caesar Reeves, and Alante Taylor.
So I had all of those that you had, and then I also had Taysom Hill in the games where he's kind of going like.
Yeah,
I think Taysom.
They've used him.
Yes, and then Caden Ellis, which it feels like, but like, Caden Ellis has definitely kind of exceeded expectations.
He was a dog against the Steelers, bro. Like,
dog,
as
bro.
bad as the game was, like he was good.
He was, and he was playing hard the whole game.
Mm-hmm.
The whole game. I don't know, Ryan. I don't know. He just and the troubling thing to me is I can't really get a sense of how they're leaning in terms of what they're going to do. I think right now, if you were to ask me, I would say it's probably 50-50 that DA is gone.
That makes sense.
Which is wild. Them sitting at 3-7 and I get it. They've been ravaged by injuries. And again, we talked about how that kind of is a built-in excuse for him.
Yeah.
But I don't even want to use the injury thing, bro, because injuries aside, you can just look back to week 2 when they weren't that injured.
When they weren't that injured, right.
And
look when they had Mike Thomas, when they had Jarvis Landry, when they had the whole offensive line on the field.
Week 2, week 3. Do I need to remind people, if people in the Saints organization is listening to this, do I need to remind you that a Dennis Allen-led Saints team lost to the Panthers in week 3, and like 2 weeks later, they fired their head coach?
Hello. Go watch Baker Mayfield in that game. Go watch Baker Mayfield in that game. And ask me, how do you lose that? How do you lose?
Bro, I was thinking the same against Kenny Pickett, bro. Like, Kenny Pickett did not have a good game.
He did not have a good game. It's like, what Pro Football Talk call it, the mid-off. They call it the mid-off. Oh my God, bro! Like it was, yeah. Like Kenny Pickett did not have a great game, but it was just enough.
Just
It
enough,
was
bro.
just enough, man. You know, and that's the thing. Like even Mike Triplett, he was like, man, just watching the team against the Steelers, it was just so flat. I mean, you had some players, you had Alontae Taylor fighting, or you had Caden Ellis, but for the most part, it was just like, man, like this is it. Like this is what y'all gonna bring. It's very disappointing, but I mean, back to the list. Look, man, Olave, he's been that guy. He leads the Saints. Uh, leads the Saints in receiving. Leads the Saints in yards from scrimmage. Um, been all you can ask for. He's been quarterback proof. He's been good with Dalton. He's been good with Jameis. I don't his yards are kind of limited with Dalton as far as like down the field, but he's showing that he's good in the intermediate area. Uh, so yeah, Olave is he's real, man. Like will he win Offensive Player of the Year? Probably not, because they won't have the wins, and they'll probably go to a running back like Kenneth
Kenneth Walker.
Kenneth Walker or somebody like that. He doesn't really have the touchdowns. So that's fine, but just the fact that he's a player, knock on wood, he's been healthy. So just keep that going. Because if you get a quarterback in there, boy, man, imagine Drew Brees with Olave, boy.
Ooh. It don't even. And the crazy thing is, it don't even have to be like lively arm Drew Brees. Just
like 2017, 18. You know what I'm saying? Like
we cook, bruh.
Cook, man, cook. Werner, like, look, bro, we've said multiple times how I'm sorry, man.
Sorry.
Pete Werner
hit him with the Ruben Stutter, bro. I'm sorry for 2020, bro. Oh yeah, what's 2020? It was 2021. My bad.
2021, yeah. Whatever, man. Like he that dude, man. Like as far as run defense, just getting after it, man. He's been that dude. Juwan Johnson been one of the best linebackers in the league, man.
One of the best young linebackers in the league, which is absolutely wow.
Wow, bro. Wow. And he's on the IR, probably be out for the rest of the season.
Are you talking about Pete Warner?
Yeah, isn't it? You know, in IR?
Bro, no, Pete Warner, he'll fucking IR, bro. You think these niggas know how to?
I thought he went on IR.
No, bro. DA said in a presser today he had some type of like little cleanup surgery, but if everything goes well, he may play again this season. Swear to God, he said that today about Pete Warner.
What is wrong with them? You're 3-7, bro. Like, why are you gonna ask this dude to come back, man? And then you got Keith Ellis. Ellis look good. Like, just let him evaluate Ellis for the rest of the season. Like, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like,
bro, what?
Why? Anyway,
a complete shit show. A complete shit show.
Juwan Johnson, who, look, I had zero expectations for him coming into the season. Like, we just didn't know what he was going to get. His TikToks are annoying. But, man, like, he's been a fine player. He has 300-something yards on the season, probably going to end up with about 600 yards, to end the season, which is, like, good for him, man. Like, he's been clutch. He made a lot of catches. He does good in the 2-minute drill. Big physical, get down the field, like like, I mean, this goes back to coaching as far as like, offense and design. Like, man, figure out ways to utilize some of that athleticism, some of these guys, man. Shaheed and Johnson and Alvin Kamara, obviously, and Taysom Hill. Like, figure out ways to do something with these guys, man. Like, these are players, bro. Like,
what is Pete Carmichael be doing, bro?
I mean, Mike Tripp is set up here on this podcast told us that that Pete was cooking all them plays up. Like, I'm like, where that's at? Where is that, man? Like, cook something. Give me a throw from the running back. Give me something, man. Like, you remember some of the plays Taysom Hill used to do where he catch the ball like as a fullback and then pitch it out to Alvin Kamara and stuff. Like, where is that stuff, man? Give me, like, I know some players some people don't like gimmicks, but like, give me gimmicks. At this point, we're not moving the ball. Like, It'd be some gimmicks.
Pete Carmichael got his out of office message up, bruh.
Can't hit him on Slack. Can't nothing.
Do not disturb, bruh. Like you can get at me at the end of December.
And look, we gotta talk about Big Caesar, bro. Like, man.
Oh, absolutely.
This podcast has been hard on Caesar, bro. We've been hard on him, deservedly.
Hard on him, man.
Deservedly hard on him. But man, look,
I blocked someone on Twitter because we were in a Twitter argument, and this was before the start of this season, I believe. And I was like, no, like he just needs to be cut. Like cut and get someone else in there. And he was like, no, for real, like maybe, let's just give Caesar like another chance. Like, maybe he needs to grow in the role. And I was like, you know what? Fuck you, blocked. This person on Twitter still like will at me about like, and I don't see it, but then like if someone like replies to him and whatever, like sometimes like the conversation gets on my timeline, I'm like, bro, like, yes, you were right. I was wrong. One, you're still not getting unblocked because that goes against my fucking credo. Well, not all my credo, but you're not getting unblocked. And two, like he will literally send a tweet with my at in it. I'm just like, I am not gonna see that. Like, what are you doing? I don't know if he does it just so like his followers can like see with my. I don't know. Anyway, back to your point, we deservingly need to eat a lot of crow about 51, man. Like you said, we have been on him hard for 2 fucking years. So for him to play himself into being, like he's been a good guard this year.
Yes.
He's been a good guard.
And here's the thing, bro. He's been a picture of health. Out of everybody on the line, that motherfucker is a picture of health, bro.
Since 2020, bro.
I mean, he never on the injury report, nothing, bro. He's healthy.
No sniffles, no calf injury. Like
COVID, nothing, bro.
Shit, can we get a doctor to examine him to see what his immune system is like?
What you got going on, man? What are your immune system looking like, man?
This nigga is Wolverine. Like, he is a mutant. Nothing affects him. But for real though, like he's played good football in like a bad season across the board for the Saints, but he absolutely deserves all his flowers of how he's basically been able to turn his career around. Because it was for a while there, bro. It was looking dreadful and pitiful. Yeah. So he's worked on that, and again, man, that's a real credit to him. Absolutely,
no question. And Lante Taylor, I mean, obviously the book is still kind of being written on him, but just the traits that you could see. There's certain things you can see from a young player that tell you, like, okay, he got a little something. You know what I'm saying? I remember that play against the Steelers where he just came up and just like, get out of my face. You know what I'm saying? Like, the physicalness, his coverage ability.
It was that play. It was the play he made against the Ravens where he stuck with the receiver for an extremely long amount of time. He played great against
He's not perfect.
But he played great against the Devontae. Like, we have seen enough to be like, he's going to be all right.
He's going to be all right, with the coaching, and if he just, continues to learn the game and all that stuff. But coaching. I mean, look, I mean, Chris Rashad a good coach.
Yes. Okay.
So I'm just saying, like, if he takes the coaching, and, he's going to be a good player, bro. He hasn't been perfect. He's, over pursued on some plays, missing tackle here and there, but like, man, like you get him with Sean back, a good safety play somehow. You know what I'm saying? Like you got something there.
You do.
Where Debo, like, well, you got to look at Debo and kind of make some decisions. You know what I'm saying? So those are some positives. So I wanted to do this just because there's been a lot of talk about blow it up, start over, reset, this and that, which I completely understand. completely understand. It's like the first instincts of a fan base once you start tanking a season. And, but one, if you look at the salary cap, the Saints have just kicked the can down the road so much, bro, where, a reset is just not feasible. It's just not. Like, you just can't, these contracts you just can't dump, man. Like, you got to kick the can down the road a little bit more to even field the football team, and, it's going to be important for this team to kind of find the glimmers of hope where they can, and I do think there is talent on this team. I'm not saying it's perfect. I'm not saying they're on a bunch of holes that need to be addressed, but there are players on this team that, that could be groomed to be good players and a nice core to build around going forward.
I think the core is evident, right? Like for me, like I think you have Alontae Taylor, you have Pete Warner. We didn't list someone like Marshawn Lattimore because he's been hurt majority of the season, but you have him and he's a top 5, top 3 at times cornerback in the league. You have Chris Olave. You have like these, I would call them foundational pieces, right? We haven't seen anything from Trevor Penning, so obviously the jury and the book is out on him of what he's going to be as a player. But let's say he's at least a decent or average to even potentially good left tackle, then that's a good pick. So there are pillars here, in place for it. Don't like to me, like this team doesn't even necessarily need a rebuild, bro. It just needs a retooling and a person that can come in and have a strong voice and respect the room and can lead a group of men and just fucking coach. It doesn't have to be a top 10, top 5 NFL head coach, but just be a decent head coach. And I think this team, I'm not saying they could compete and win a Super Bowl, but could they be frisky and be flirting with a wild card spot? Absolutely.
Buckeye State. Betfred has come all the way from England to the great state of Ohio with over 50 years of sports betting experience. No emperors, no movie stars, just a sports book you can trust. The Betfred Sports app will be available on January 1st, 2023. Until then, download the Ultimate Bengals app or go to betfredsports.com and have a chance to win Bengals tickets and exclusive merchandise. Official sports betting partner of the Cincinnati Bengals. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966.
Science proves quality sleep is vital to your mental, emotional, and physical health. The Sleep Number 360 smart bed senses your movements and automatically adjusts to help keep you both effortlessly comfortable. And it's temperature balancing, so you stay cool. So you're at your best for yourself and those you care about most. Life-changing sleep, only from Sleep Number. It's our ultimate Sleep Number event. Save 50% on the Sleep Number 360 limited edition smart bed plus special financing, only for limited time. Special financing subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payments required. See store for details.
No question, man. I just look at this team and I'm like, every time I try to think like, oh, just blow it up, start over, I just go down player for player. Like, man, damn.
I do think something that does need to be blown up. And Sean Payton did this shit after the 2006 season where he buried the football for that season, whatever. You got to take the do your job poster in the practice facility, bruh.
Yeah.
You got to bury it, bruh.
Bury it.
Got to bury it. I think the whole Sean, like, because DA was picked because there was continuity. They basically thought he could continue to do what Sean. To me, you got to completely tear that down. I'm not saying everyone on the coaching staff needs to be let go, but I think obviously DA needs to go. I think Pete Carmichael needs to go. I think if you're getting someone, if they're going to do this, then Mickey Loomis has to be okay with whoever he hires that's going to come in. And if they want their own offensive coordinator, their own defensive coordinator, then that has to be fine. And I'm not saying that whoever this person is as a coach, like it's going to work, might not work, but they have to be willing to be like, all right, like we're not gonna be tied to the past anymore. It's funny because like I hate the sequel trilogy. I hate it, but like that Kylo Ren fucking line about like kill the past. Like you just gotta let it go, man. You gotta let it go.
Yeah. And look, that's what Mickey did in 2006 when he brought in Sean Payton. He gave him the keys. Do what you got to do. Bring whoever you got to bring. And look, as dire as it is now, it still is not as dire as 2005 when you literally had a world-changing hurricane destroy the city. The team wasn't sure if it was going to be there or not. You didn't know if the stadium was going to be there or not. Nobody wanted to live there. It was. I mean, bruh, like it was a unsurmountable task to build a football team in that situation. You know, you're not dealing with that right now. But it is a grim situation when you look at the salary cap, look at the quarterback situation and stuff like that, the draft picks and all that stuff. So it is grim. But man, like a good head coach. A lot of people are like, oh, well, who's gonna want to come coach? Look, man, head coaches' jobs don't come across very much. You know what I'm saying? Like if somebody's in line to be a head coach, they're gonna take a job if it's office, unless they're competing, with another
correct,
better, a better situation, whatever. So you know what I'm saying? Like they're gonna have a chance to get a guy. Who it is, will it work out? No idea. No idea if it's gonna work. But they have to be given the keys to do whatever it is they need to do. Hiring their own staff. You can't force certain coaches on them. You can't force certain things on them. You just got to give them the keys, work with them, and hope y'all can have a working relationship where it works together well, where it's like a kumbaya, yin yang type thing, like Loomis and like Loomis had with Sean Payton, where they work together as far as personnel and stuff like that. Sean Payton had his moves that he would want to make, and they'd make the moves for him, and vice versa. So it's going to have to be like that.
I think I've been thinking a lot about what the Dolphins did last offseason. Because let's not be remiss. Like the Dolphins were like coming off of allegations of like tanking and losing games like on purpose, and Brian Flores was came out with
lost a pick because of it.
Got they forfeited their first round pick, but they took a lot of heat for it at the time, and I was one of them. They hired Mike McDaniels from San Francisco, and when he got that job, and this is like I don't know who the next Mike McDaniels is. I don't know who this is. But I'm just walking the fans through what he did. He got the job. He came in and he identified what Tua Tagovailoa was good at. Getting the ball out quick, accurate. Maybe he can't throw it deep, but he can get the ball out quick. He can get it accurately. So let's go out and get players that suits his skill set as my quarterback. They already had Jalen Waddle. So then they traded a whole bunch of first round or a whole bunch of picks to go out and get child abuser 10. They played into Tua's strengths, and they went out, they signed Raheem Mostert at the trade deadline. They traded for Jeff Wilson, all these running backs that Mike McDaniels had experience with in San Francisco. And he's created this offense that is super fucking hard to stop because the ball comes out quick. The ball's being put in playmakers' hands. They're being schemed open, and once when they get the balls in their hand, they can just get all this rack or all this yard after catch and just go off. And it's all because the Dolphins. It's funny because the Dolphins wanted Sean Payton,
right,
and yet they still like ended up with like a damn good head coach who has a great offensive mind. Like that's some lucky shit right there, bro.
And what I love, as much as we don't like child abuser, if you remove that part of it out, I love that they had Waddle and still said, "Let's go get child abuser. Let's go get him and then pair that talent
together." Because because say what you want about.
Most was saying like, "Oh, we got Waddle. We don't need that type."
Well, exactly. Let's add a strength to another strength, and then find a team that can try to stop it, like for 4 quarters. Like that's right. Hard, bro. That's hard.
Hard, bro. Hard.
So it. I'm not saying that the Saints have to go out and mirror that, but I'm saying is that they have to identify a head coach that has, because if I you know what, bro, I want me and you to be in those interviews, bro. Can we start a petition for us to be in the head coaching interviews if DA get fired, bro?
Just be on Zoom. We ain't got to be there in person.
Yeah, because I just want to hear I want to hear the candidate's vision of what the team is or how they're going to rebuild it. I just want to hear it, bro. Just want to hear. Like, how are you going to rebuild this team that doesn't have a quarterback, has an aging defense, doesn't have a first-round pick, which is the 4th overall pick in the draft, may get higher depending on how the season goes. Doesn't have a second next year. And cap situation is like I want to know what the pitch is. Tell me how you're gonna what's your vision of the offense? What's your vision of the defense? I just want to know what it is because what did DA tell him when he interviewed him? I'm just gonna do.
Oh, that's what I'm wondering. Like, what did DA say in that interview? Probably just said just a bunch of Sean Payton lines. You know, be competitive, persistent, practice hard. It's like, bro. I remember when they asked him during the offseason, like, what's his vision for the offense? He was like, I just want to run the ball and have some speed on the offense.
Yep, I remember that.
I was just like, man, okay. I was like, I guess. But it's like you wanted somebody to have that vision, man. That's why I'm kind of leaning. That's why I'm hoping we get an offensive head coach. It's hard to know.
To me, it really hard. I won't say it has to be an offensive head coach.
Yeah.
Because as at the beginning of the season, I was like, man, the Bears got another fucking head coaching thing wrong with Matt Eberflus or whatever. Like, he just did not seem like the guy. But as the season has gone on, even though he's a defensive head coach, you could tell that they are now molding that offense to fit Justin Fields' strengths.
No question. It went from 4 design runs the first 6 weeks to 30 since. You know what I'm saying? They said, okay, we know what we got to do now.
And they're leaning into it, bro. I know they won 3 games, but they now know, which this is a huge thing for them, because if the Bears season had continued of how it had started, bro, I'm not even sure Justin Fields would have been the quarter. I think that Justin Fields would have been available if their Bears season continued as how they started, bro. I really do believe that.
What's crazy is Justin Fields didn't even show this much in college as far as a runner.
No,
you saw the athleticism. You saw okay, this dude is crazy athletic, but you didn't see.
But
him
this,
this, he gonna have 1,200 yards when the season's done, bro.
That's
as a rusher.
That is
he already got damn near 800. It's crazy. Yeah, man. So, and most of it's just come the past couple of weeks. So, just for them to see that and just let that groom, you got to figure out a way to win, man. I know we want quarterbacks to stand in the pocket and throw, and he has a long way to go in that area. But in the meantime, you got to win games. You got to, motivate your teammates and all that stuff. You got to be able to win, bro. For them to figure out how to do that now, and, it goes back to the Saints, with Taysom Hill, it's this dude has to get 12 snaps a game, bro.
At least, bro.
I don't care what you're doing. They'd be like, oh, we didn't get enough snaps. No, there's enough snaps. Get him the damn ball,
Figure it out. And they've answered the big question that they have going into the offseason, bro. It's just shit, we don't need to look for a quarterback. We good.
Exactly. They have a path to work towards. Okay, we could do a Ravens type of scheme, or we could do an Eagles type of scheme. They have something that they could do and build towards to see if it works. Will it work? Will it not? We'll see. But they have a path. Before that, they didn't have a path. It was damn, did we get a bust? it was very up in the air. And now the Carolina Panthers probably looking like, damn, maybe we should have took Justin Fields. You know what I'm saying? Like it's that's just how it is now.
Yeah, I bet the Panthers are regretful of a lot of things right now. Anyway, we didn't really discuss much about the Rams game.
What can we say, man? What can we say?
I'll ask you this, bro. I'm gonna ask you this: what needs to happen for them to beat the Rams?
They need to block Aaron Donald. That's going to be a challenge, but they need to block him. I think I say this every week, but they need to get Alvin Kamara involved, take those linebackers. Alvin Kamara has to get 12 or more touches, running and passing game. Taysom Hill has to get 10 or more touches. And the defense should, I'm not saying they will, I'm saying they should be able to stop this offense, man. Running game has been terrible. Clog up this run game. Don't let them eat up the clock. And they should be able to win this game, bro. They should, but they won't. So I have no confidence that they will. I have no confidence. Like you said, man, the Cam Akers, he gonna act a dog. He gonna run the ball. He gonna get
at least 85, bro.
85 yards, bro. I believe. In the dome.
Oh, yeah.
And we didn't even get to the raffle yet. We got.
Oh my God! It just goes to show just the state of the Saints, bro. We put a raffle out. We got two tickets to raffle out for the Rams game. Put it out for just our Patreons who are able to attend the game on Sunday. Shoot us an email if that you're in New Orleans or you're going to be in New Orleans and you're a Patreon. You can attend. We had y'all covered. 4 fucking people emailed us, Ryan. 3 were Patreons and 1 wasn't a Patreon. 3 Patreons reached out and said, I'll go see the game on Sunday against the Rams.
How crazy that is. A Saints game against the Rams. The Rams. The Super Bowl
3 people.
champs.
3 people.
Wow.
3. Hashtag fire DA. That's all I got to say, man. That's all I got to say. That's all I got to say.
Just from a business standpoint. Like,
yes.
Even if you don't care about all other shit, like, I really want to know what the Superdome numbers look like the last couple of weeks of the season. Like, people that actually show up.
You know that question we asked about? You asked about Marcus Davenport? Like, damn, you don't even like money? Shit, I gotta ask Gail. Damn, girl, you don't even like money? You keeping him another season? You don't even like money?
I know they get that report. Of income, because they get money from all that, bro.
Oh yes. Oh yeah. And you even when we went to the Raiders game, like the Superdome wasn't sold out. Like it was fine. It wasn't sold out. Like, and I'm sure after they lost more games from that Raiders game, like it's just continuing to go down.
And that was a win. And I remember, like, after the half, I went down, took a piss, came back, and I was like sitting way down there, still in the 600 level, but in the front because it was just so empty. I was just like, I'm gonna sit right here. Fuck them steps, you know what I'm saying?
Step steep, Ryan. Bitch is steep, man.
I was like, I'm gonna sit right here, you know what I'm saying? So I can only imagine that when they, right now, oh man.
Anyway, the Rams are going to win on Sunday. Sorry, I'm sorry, guys. I don't.
You got them as a W?
Bro, I got every game of the rest of the season as a W for whoever playing the Saints, bro. Just real talk. Don't have them winning a single fucking game. Anyhow, we will. Oh, shout out to our guy Mike. I believe it's Mike the Tiger who actually won the raffle, the 3-person raffle.
Mike the Tiger.
Shout out to you for winning the raffle, man. Enjoy the game for your sake. I do hope it's a good game. If the Saints pull out a win, that's great, and I hope you get to experience that. If not, just laugh But thank you for
being. It's a joy, man. Just going to the game is fun because everybody in a good mood, man. Just enjoy yourself. Get you some good food. Just chill, enjoy yourself.
That's it, man. And thank you for being a Patreon. Thanks for anyone who is a Patreon and continues to be a Patreon.
Yes.
Thank you so much in these fucking trying times because we know how fucking trying it is. On Sunday, we will be doing our usual. We'll have the Zoom live stream going up. That's going to be live streaming to YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
We will have the game for the whatever that will be up as always. I'll be in Texas, so I got to remember that football starts at fucking noon on
Texas
and not 10 a.m. But we'll have it all set up for y'all. As always, we'll have a nice place of us experiencing all this pain together, and we're gonna have fun and get these jokes off as we always do. Anyone who isn't a Patreon who still is listening, thank y'all. I mean, we know how hard it may be to listen to the Saints podcast right now, but thank y'all because this is all we got. Like I hate that it might sound like this until the end of the season, bruh. But this is, I mean, we got to keep beating the drum. I mean, it is what it is. The worst thing that could fucking happen for this team, bruh, is if they lose like the next 6 games or some shit, and then for whatever reason they still don't fire DA, and we got to go through an offseason with him, bruh.
Oh my God. Hell, man. Hell. Like,
we will probably start losing Patreons of how pessimistic I'm going to be because I just can't, bro.
Like I will be so excited. I'm not gonna say excited, but it'll give me a nice little boost. Get rid of DA,
no, say it, bro. Like that's exciting.
Get rid of DA. I'm gonna dance that day. Get rid of DA. Then Mickey Loomis makes a little trade move, sends Sean Payton to wherever and gets a late first round pick. Ooh, I'm gonna be a little excited. Do my little mock draft, man. We might go to the Senior Bowl again.
Yo, pull up the YouTube clips, baby. You're like, ooh, who I need to look at? We back, baby.
We back, man. Just some life, just a little injection of life, man.
You just got to keep rooting for these Cowboys and Chargers losses, bro. We might get our wish, bro. We gonna get our wish.
Might get it, man. Might get it.
Anyway, thank y'all so much for listening to us. This episode went a little longer than anticipated, but hope y'all enjoy it. We'll be back on Sunday night recapping the Rams game. Also, I mean, I know the holidays are coming up, so anyone who's a listener to us with the holidays coming up, just be safe out there traveling and everything, and just enjoy it. Like, just enjoy, life, and don't take this shit for granted. Like, I'm 10 days away from the 1-year anniversary of my mom passing away, and just enjoy life, man. Don't take it for granted, and enjoy the moments that you have with people that you love and your friends, and just continue to enjoy those moments. So anyway, we'll be back Sunday night. Appreciate y'all for all support. We really do. With that, we're out.
Peace.